Namaste, namaste, and welcome to this chair yoga class this afternoon. So today we're going to start on our feet, so your chair can be somewhere to one side, and we're going to start on our feet. But before we get started, I'd like to just pop a thought into your minds so it can percolate through during our class. I have to read it from my notes. Okay, so carrying on from our theme of this year of cultivating a positive mindset. The thing I want you to just allow to percolate is the things that we think are beliefs, not facts. So just have a mull that over for a moment. The things that we think are beliefs, not facts. So if you think about the conversations you have with yourself, and often the things that we say to ourselves inside our minds are not as kind as the things that we would say to other people. So we can have some really quite harsh conversations with ourselves, and they can lead us to think things about ourselves that are not true, but they are a set of beliefs upon which we build our foundation. So if you feel that those beliefs, those thoughts are coming to you, then I'd like you to use a little discernment. Step back, become the observer of your thoughts, and decide whether that is really true. Is it really true? It's probably not. Is it helpful? It might not be. And is there something else that you can evolve that thought into that then becomes a more helpful thought? And the classic example is, I can't do whatever it is you can't do. So for example, I can't do dates. I'm really bad with dates. And I realize I've said that out loud now. I can't do dates. It's the thing that my brain just can't get its head around. I can't do dates. And that's what I say to myself. And I even said it to Poppy yesterday when we were doing maths. I said, Mum, I can't do dates. But actually I can if I concentrate. I just need to use a little bit more effort to do dates. It doesn't come as easily as other things. I am very disorganized, which I am, could be turned into I am becoming more organized, or I'm using better strategies for organizing now. And often it can be something like, I can't do whatever it is yet. I can't do it yet, which means I will be able to do it with some practice, with some perseverance, with some courage in the future. So with that all percolating through our minds, let us begin today by stepping the feet a little distance apart, softening the knees and gently twisting from side to side. So finding your lovely flow in your Kati Chakrasana posture, your ragdoll. Allow a gentle engagement, not too firm, a gentle engagement across the buttocks and the abdominal muscles. A softness in the shoulders, the elbows, the fingers, the jaw and the forehead. Allow your head to follow your movement, your arms to be heavy, soft, wrapping the body and tapping the body. Take your awareness to your feet and feel the effect of this movement on your feet. Feel how one foot and then the other, they sort of do a push me, pull you kind of motion. Maybe you can even feel the resistance of the movement, the friction of the movement across the soles of the feet where they meet the floor. Take your awareness up through the legs. Feel a different motion of the knees, the hips. Feel now into the bottom of the body, into the low back. And allow your awareness to travel up to the crown of the head and feel the length down that central line of the body. And see if feeling that length just opens your chest a little, allows the shoulders to relax a little more. And then when you're ready, you can begin to allow your movement to become a bit smaller and a bit smaller until you're back to standing steady. When you come to standing steady, we're going to take a moment here in stillness, lengthening through the body so you feel lifted but without gripping or holding, softening down in the shoulders, relaxing the arms, closing the eyes if you feel able to do that. And taking a few moments to feel how the body feels today. Notice which parts of your body are most vocal and what they're telling you. See if you can listen and keep your face relaxed at the same time. Allow your awareness to travel around your body. If you sense any areas of tightness or tension or stuckness, see if you can gently draw your breath to those areas and soften and relax them. Do they feel better if you can let go of some of the feeling of holding there? Then taking your hands onto your abdomen, you can open your eyes if you like to, you don't have to. We're gently going to feel our breath. So not changing the breath that you're breathing right now, just feeling the breath moving in and out of the body, using your hands on your tummy for a little bit of guidance for when the breath is moving in and out. Notice which part of your body moves first as you inhale. And the last part of the body to move as you exhale. After your next exhalation or on your next exhalation, gently engaging the belly muscles just a little to ease a bit more air out of the lungs. And then breathe more deeply into the sides of the body, the back, the chest. And breathing out more fully with that gentle engaging across the abdomen. A few of these longer, deeper breaths. Filling the sides, the rib cage, the chest, the shoulder blades. Exhaling fully and engaging across your navel. Filling the sides, the collarbones, the top of the upper back. Exhaling completely. Doing a couple more of these. And then when you're ready at the end of your exhalation, just relaxing your hands and opening your eyes. Awesome sauce. We're going to do a little bit of walking around. So first, let's shake out the legs a little. Super stuff. And then we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and walk around as high up on our tiptoes as we're able to around your space. So it doesn't matter if you don't walk in a circle, you're walking around the space that you've got as high up on your tiptoes as you can, with your chest lifted, your head up, because you don't need to look at your feet to be on your tiptoes. Okay, arms nice and relaxed too. And then when you're ready, you can come onto your heels and do the same thing on your heels. Ooh. And again here, trying to keep the chest lifted. There's no need to look down. Keep a little softness in the knees so that you're not walking with rigidly straight legs. And softness in the arms. See if you can swing them as if you were walking. Just a gentle swing, because you are walking. And then just rest your feet to the floor for a moment. Observe how it feels in the balls of the feet, the underneath of the toes, the heels of the feet. And then we're going to walk on the outside edges of the feet. So turning the insteps upwards, walking on the outside edges of the feet, and again, trying to keep the motion of walking as fluid as possible. Try to notice if you've also turned your little fingers inwards and your thumbs out to side. That sometimes happens. And then when you're ready, you can stop and float the feet to the floor and finish by walking on the insteps. So turning the insides of the feet towards the floor, lifting the outsides of the feet away from the floor, walking around your space. Trying to keep that walk nice and fluid. Notice if you've penguined your arms, and just allow them to relax if you have. Good stuff. A few more paces, and then coming back to the center of your space. I'm just pushing my chair a little bit out of the way. In fact, I might put it all the way to one side, because I'm not sure that I'm going to use it anytime soon. So, okay. Chair yoga, increasingly misnamed chair yoga. Okay, so we're going to bring our feet, they don't have to be together, but to be on the floor, a comfortable distance apart, and just notice how the feet feel. Notice the parts of the foot that are in contact with the mat. And you've all done this before. Notice the parts of the foot that are not. So feeling that we can surrender to gravity in the places where the foot is in contact with the floor. We can feel that connection. We can release downwards there. And we can resist gravity in the places where the foot is not in contact with the floor. We can feel the lift. We can feel the lightness, the rise that comes all the way up into the crown of the head. And here, we're going to roll our palms forwards, which opens the chest just a little bit. See if you can sense that broadening across the collarbones. And take a moment to breathe in. And breathe out. Then hands onto the hips. We're going to rock our weight forward a little bit into our toes and backwards a little bit into our heels, but without taking our feet off the floor. So keeping the toes and the heels down if you can. Use your arms a little bit wider if you need to for support. Woohoo! Backwards and forwards. And if your toes or heels do come away from the floor, it's okay. It's just we're trying to keep the toes and the heels down. So a little bit back to front. You can feel what the body does. It grips to resist the center of the body being, the center of the gravity of the body being outside the center of the foot. So in the middle, we're coming to find the middle. That's where the body feels the lightest to hold. That's where we can let go of some of the tension across the front and the back of the pelvis, the front and the back of the chest. So in the center, then we'll rock a little bit from side to side. And this one always makes me feel a little bit seasick when I'm watching it on the screens. Everyone's doing a little sway. Again, we're trying to keep both feet on the floor, but take the weight of the body, the center of gravity, from one side to the other. And notice the resisting that you do, or the gripping that you do to be able to hold the body off center. And then come to the center and notice that you can release all of that sense of gripping and holding to rest more easy in the center. It's part of the reason why we find that balance in yoga. So now that we're centered and we're feeling light on our feet and able to stand as tall as we can, we're going to take our hands onto our hips and just raise one set of toes, so onto the heels of one foot and then the other. So we do our duck walking, lifting the toes and doing a little bit of a swing with the hips perhaps here. So we tend to lengthen the leg of the toes that are lifted and bend the knee of the toes that are flat. A little bit of wiggling through the hips. And then floating both feet to the floor. See how easily you can bring yourself back to that center. Nice and light. Okay. And then this time we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and take one heel to the floor, up onto tiptoes, and then the other. So what did we call it? Our squish walking, I think. Because in class, when we had classes all together, I used to make everyone say squish, squish, squish. So if you'd like to do that at home, you can. And if you feel like a fool doing it, then enjoy that moment and have a giggle. And if you don't feel foolish enough to do it, then that's okay. Squish, 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 squish. Let's do a few more. And then finish by coming up onto both tiptoes and then floating the heels down. See if you can bring yourself back to your center and feel that lightness. Good. A little bit of a shake out of the legs, I think. 1 and 2. Very nice. And then we'll do a little limbering from the top down. So we've sort of done the lower part of the body a little bit already. So taking any comfortable stance, allowing your arms to really relax and lifting as you inhale. As you exhale, gently bring your chin towards your chest. And here, try smiling just to relax the throat and the connection of the front of the body to the head. And then from there, roll the right ear to the right shoulder and chin to chest, and then left ear to left shoulder. Now, if this motion side to side doesn't suit your neck for any reason, then choose a different movement that allows you to feel that you're making movement with your neck, just releasing any tension that you have there. And certainly everyone who's live in this class is experienced enough to find some movement that would suit them. If you wish to, you can join the two sides by doing a little loop, lifting the chin up. You don't need to do that. That's not a necessary thing. But if you are going in one direction, please do circle in the opposite direction as well. When you're ready, you can bring your head back to center. And just here, taking a moment to sway the nose or turn the head from side to side, just to feel that the movements of the neck are loose. Coming back to center, and then rolling the shoulders, little rolls in the shoulders. If you feel inclined, you can allow your knees to soften and bounce a little bit with your movement. You don't have to, but some people feel too rigidly held to do it without moving the rest of their body. That's okay. And we'll go the opposite way as well. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it more still. You can do this sitting down, of course, if you need to take a rest from your feet. Very good. Okay. So we're going to take the fingertips towards the shoulders and make bigger circles, starting small though, but working bigger with the elbows. So starting smallish. These instructions are very clear. And then when you're ready, you can begin to draw the elbows towards each other in front of you and the shoulder blades towards each other behind you. Don't worry too much about coordinating your breath and movement unless that automatically happens. And going in the opposite direction as well, starting small or smallish. And then when you're ready, you can begin to draw the elbows towards each other in front of you, the elbows behind the body, behind you as well, in your circle. Allow your head to move in a way that makes your neck feel free and not stuck or rigid. One more in this direction. And releasing the arms down to the sides. Super. I'm going to take off this layer as well. Sorry. Hopefully you're also warming up by now and Catherine's not regretting the extra vest. So I'm turning sideways so you can see we're going to do our spinal undulation. So with the feet nice and wide, the knees a little soft, we're going to breathe in, taking the elbows wide, opening the chest. And as you breathe out, rounding through the spine. Imagine someone's pulling you backwards from just underneath the ribs, and you're draping your hands and your head forward. So we're not bending towards the floor, we're just draping forwards. Breathing in, firm in the belly, a little firmness across the buttocks to open the chest. Breathing out, it's like someone's pulling you up as you drape your hands and head forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's do 2 more if it feels good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's finish by breathing in to stand tall with the arms stretched wide, and then breathing out as you float your arms back down to your side. Beautiful. I can see lots of lovely floating arms. Okay, so now we've undulated our spines. Let's take the hands onto the hips for a little softness in the knees and a rolling of the hips. So it doesn't really matter how big your wiggle is here. We're just finding a way to stir the hips around. And you will feel the weight pressing across the feet alternately, differently, responding to the movement of the hips. Let's go in the opposite direction as well. And if you can, try to keep your head, your shoulders, and your feet fairly passive so that the movement is coming from the center of your body. Okay. Brilliant stuff. We'll go one more time around in this direction, and then we're going to find that extra bit of movement if you want to. So this time you can find a little bit of movement with your torso as well. Little firmness across the belly and the buttocks as you move. Find the head able to move as well. None of you need to look at the screen for this. So allow your eyes to move around the room, your head to move gently on the end of the spine. Let's go in the opposite direction as well. Doesn't need to be fast, doesn't need to be a massive amount of movement either, but just exploring, finding your way into your movement, your space. Touch of firmness on the belly, touch of firmness on the buttocks. Very good. When you're ready, you can come back up to standing, and we're going to relax our arms and just spend a moment to allow the spine to organize itself upwards here and find that center between our feet, side to side, front to back, where the body feels light to hold. Lengthening up, allowing the feet to be really firmly connected down, allowing the shoulders to relax, the fingers to be heavy towards the floor as well. Deep breath in. Sigh out through your mouth if you'd like to. Very good. Awesome sauce. Okay, guys. So we're going to do a little of our Tai Chi themed arms today. So with you can do this sitting down, of course, if you'd like to, and if you need a little rest, then please take the opportunity. We're going to take our feet a little bit of distance apart and just find a way to sway from side to side to begin with. A little softness in one knee and then the other. And then finding your center between the 2 feet, the toes maybe just slightly turned out if that suits you well. When you've done that, softening the knees a touch so that you don't want them really bent, but at the same time you don't want to lock the knees straight and create any sort of tucking of the tailbone out. So we want to soften the knees enough that we can sit our spines right in the center of the pelvis. Very good. And then here, bringing the palms to face each other. We'll begin by simply breathing in as we stretch the arms or the palms away from each other. The elbows are soft, the shoulders are soft. Breathing out as we bring the palms of the hands together. Imagine you've got an elastic band wrapped around your hands. As you breathe in, you're resisting that elastic band, you're stretching it apart. So there's effort in the muscles here. And as you breathe out, it's almost like you surrender to that resistance and allow the palms to float towards each other. Breathing in, the chest is open, the head is relaxed, the neck is relaxed, the shoulders relaxed. Breathing out, floating the palms towards each other. Breathing in, resist, feel the muscles activate down the back of the body, in the arms, in the shoulders, in the chest. Breathing out, surrender. Breathing in, resist. Breathing out, surrender. We'll do one more like this. Breathing in, resist. Breathing out, surrender. Very good. When you come to the center, leave your hands facing each other. Just see if you have some sort of tangible feeling of energy between the two palms of the hands. If you do, you can use your hands to describe it like a ball. And at the same time, you can just shake out your legs if you'd like to, or you can straighten your legs if that suits you. When you're ready, back to your center, a little softness in the knees, set your spine on its base, and we'll do the same thing, but diagonally. So we're going to take the left hand up and the right hand down, palms resisting away from each other, and then surrendering back towards each other. We'll turn the hands, taking the right hand up and the left hand down, palms resisting away from each other, and surrendering back towards each other. Excellent. Let's breathe in as we resist. And breathe out as we surrender. Very good. Breathe in as we resist. Breathe out as we surrender. It's an opportunity to breathe more slowly. Breathe in as we resist. Breathe out as we surrender. Breathe in as we resist. Breathe out as we surrender. One more to each side. Go quicker if you need to. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, when you come back to center, take a moment to see if you can feel that sense of fullness between the hands. Sometimes taking the palms together and apart a little can help you to feel that spongy, connected sensation between the palms of the hands. And then when you're ready, we're going to relax the arms and relax the legs, giving a shake out to the feet and a shake out to the hands. Very good. And then we're going to come to find ourselves back in our center. So here, what we're trying to do is engage the muscles of the back of the body to open the chest a little bit, which is quite nice. And so we're going to do a little stretch here before we move into the next practice. So taking your hands behind your body and interlacing your fingers. If that isn't comfortable, simply hold one wrist with the opposite hand, and you can swap halfway through. So if you can, interlacing the fingers, rolling the shoulder blades towards each other and bringing the elbows towards each other, but keeping the elbows soft. And what that does is that opens the chest a little bit better than having just the arms long and straight, but we'll do both, okay? So here, we've got the elbows moving towards each other, the hands are relaxed against the back, and we will alternate between this position and lengthening the arms to be a little bit straighter, which means that perhaps the hands come away from the back. So softening the hands towards the back, relaxing the elbows, taking the elbows towards each other, and then lengthening the arms away. Perhaps the arms become a little straighter, perhaps the arms lift away from the back. One more time, hands relaxed against the back of the body, elbows coming towards each other. Feel that space, that hollow space underneath the rib cage, and then lengthening through the arms, just a touch, lifting the arms away from the body. Feel whatever that feels differently to you, and relax. So here, with the arms against the back of the body, we're going to slide the back of the left hand towards the right hip, and then we've got this wiggly arm. So to begin with, we're going to let our right elbow, which is our chicken wing, be where it is, hanging out in space, and just turning the head from side to side. Lovely. And then we're going to tuck that elbow in. So that feels like maybe a better opening on the left side of the chest. And for some people, this might be enough. And if that's you, that's fine. And if you want a little bit more, you can bring your chin towards your chest and then roll your right ear to your right shoulder, and then the chin back to the chest. So it's just a quarter circle, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest. One more if you are doing these ones. Chin to chest, and then back to center. We're going to relax the arms. Let's separate the hands and just let the arms shake out a little bit. Roll your wrists, maybe spread the fingers and make small fists, and make loose fists rather a few times. And then when you're ready, you can either interlace the fingers behind you or hold wrist to palm the opposite way around. Rolling the shoulder blades towards each other, sliding the back of the right hand over to the left hip or left side of the body. Let the left elbow hang out like a chicken wing for a moment, and we're just gently turning the head from side to side. And when you come back to center, we're going to tuck that elbow in to feel the openness on the right side of the chest. And if you need a little bit more, you can bring your chin towards your chest. Roll the left ear to the left shoulder, and chin to chest. This is optional. You don't need to do this bit, but if you want to, you can. I can see there's a few joining in on screen as well. Very good. Last time. Returning the head back to the center, relaxing the arms, shaking out the hands if you feel like that's useful, rolling the wrists. Let's just give our whole bodies a little bit of a shake here, shaking the legs. Very good. Okay, and coming back to center. So we're going to finish our sort of standing up series today with a little bit, well, let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to have our Tai Chi stance again. So nice soft knees, toes turned out a little, palms turned upwards with the fingertips not touching but towards each other in front of you. We're going to breathe in and lift the palms up towards the chest, turn the hands and breathe out as we press the palms down. Very nice. Breathing in, lifting up, feel the lift down the back of the body as well. Breathing out, pressing or floating down. Let's do one more like this. Breathing in. And breathing out. So this time we'll add something to it. So turning the palms, breathing in as you lift the palms up. Breathing out as you turn the hands, pressing the palms down. This time, breathing in, lengthen the arms up in front of you, the palms facing out from the body, over the head if you can, and breathing out as you separate the hands and let them float down to your side. The palms turn upwards, the fingertips point towards each other, breathing in. Lifting the palms up the body towards the chest, breathing out, pressing the palms down. Very good. Breathing in, lengthen the arms up in front of you. Feel the chest opening, and breathing out as we draw the arms down to the sides around the body. Palms turn up, fingers facing, breathing in. Turning the palms, breathing out. Breathing in, reaching forward and up, little strength in the belly and buttocks. Breathing out, releasing the arms down to the side. Let's see if we can do one more of these. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in forward and up. Breathing out, arms down to the side. Very nice. And here again, bringing the palms to face each other, just seeing if you can feel that tangible energy between the hands. And if you can, and even if you can't, place the hands onto the belly and just let that energy come into the center of the body. That energy we've gathered into the hands to be dispersed from our center to wherever it's needed. Deep breath in, sighing out through the mouth. Very good. Just relaxing the arms, relaxing the feet, giving a little bit of a wiggle, trying not to fall over like me. And then, so I'd like to show you, let's do downward facing dog. Next week, we're going to need a wall. That's what we'll do. We'll do it that way around. So we're going to do downward facing dog today. Hands onto the back of your seat. We're fine with using a chair. We're going to walk the feet rather away from the chair until we can bend the knees and allow the tailbone to lengthen out behind us, the buttocks to move behind us, to bring the torso towards parallel with the floor. So it doesn't matter if it isn't. Feel a gentle lifting across the belly, which helps to get more length in here at the back of the body. And we'll just simply paddle through the legs. So you can either just keep the knees bent and wiggle the hips from side to side, or you can lengthen one knee and then the other as you paddle through the legs. And you might find that that creates a rocking through the upper body, a gentle twist through the upper body. So you look under one arm and then the other. So we're looking under the arm of the straight leg, if that feels okay to you. Coming back to center when you're ready, and then taking a moment to look towards the chair, press into your hands, walk your feet in, and when you're upright, taking a moment here just to make sure that you don't feel dizzy before you release your hands from the chair. Excellent stuff. So we're going to come back to do this movement again, but we're going to lift the leg behind us as well. So, or a leg behind us as well. So from your chair seat, standing in front, we're going to walk the feet away. We're going to move ourselves back into our downward dog position, but this time bring our feet closer together. So they don't have to touch, but feet closer together is good. Keep the knees a little soft. For those of you who prefer, you can lengthen the legs a little. We just don't want to lock the legs absolutely straight. We're going to slide our right foot back. And for some people, this may be challenging enough just to have the right foot behind you. But if you feel able, you can gently lift the right leg and lower. Lift the right leg and lower, firm in the belly and the buttocks. Lift the right leg and lower, and then if you want to, lift and hold. If you're holding, try extending through your right heel, making the right leg strong, and then very gently we're going to bend the knee into the chest and place the foot down. So not lowering, but bending the knee in, placing the foot down. We'll take a moment here, we're going to widen the feet, wiggle the hips from side to side, and then bring the feet back towards each other again and do the same thing on the left. It's okay to rest standing upright if you need to. So sliding the left foot back, it might be enough to simply have the left foot on the floor. The right knee is nice and soft. If you want to, you can lift the left leg and lower. Firm belly, firm buttocks. Lift the left leg and lower. Lift the left leg and lower, and then if you want to, lift the left leg and hold. Extend through the left heel. Take a breath or two. To release out, bend the left knee in towards your chest and then place the left foot on the floor. Widen the feet, wiggle the hips from side to side. And then when you're ready, look at your chair, press through your hands, walk your feet into upright, and take a moment here in your upright position. Deep breath in, sigh out through the mouth. Very good. Well done, guys, because that is quite the strong posture. So let us do a final warrior pose. So we've just done warrior 3. That's what the warrior 3 is like, with the back leg off the floor. So standing facing your chair, I might turn ever so slightly sideways. We're going to step back with the left foot first and let the right foot be towards the chair so we can bend our knees. And here we're doing that resisting and surrendering. So we're going to bend the front knee, press into the back heel, and it's almost as if we're trying to press the feet away from each other a little bit on the floor. So we're in this bent knee position, and then we're going to lengthen the front leg, okay? So bending the front knee, we're imagining we're pressing the 2 feet away from each other. Feel what that does in the legs, in the belly, in the buttocks, and then lengthen the front knee. This time, we're going to bend the front knee and imagine we're dragging the 2 feet towards each other. So see if that feels more stable for you. Just a little, so it's not a lot, it's just a little. And then release. One more time. Bend your front knee. Imagine the 2 feet are moving towards each other. And release. Step towards your chair. And then give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. Shake out the legs if you need to. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So stepping back with the right foot. First, it doesn't matter what your hands do. Your hands can be on your hips. Your hands can be up if you like, but on the chair is quite good for support. So we're bending the left knee and then imagining we're taking the 2 feet apart from each other. See if that just makes your legs feel stronger. You can feel that internal resistance, that internal effort. And then straighten the front leg. Bend your left knee, stretching the 2 feet apart like you're pressing down, pressing away. Straighten the front leg. This time, bending the left knee and imagine you're drawing the 2 feet towards each other. Perhaps that is your more stable position. Straighten the front leg, bend the front knee, draw the 2 feet towards each other. Resist along the floor and then straighten the front leg. Come up to standing, shake out the legs to either side. Woo-hoo. Nice. So you have the option now of doing this posture without the chair if you want to, and you can continue to use the chair if you do want to. Sometimes we get out of the habit of recruiting strength through the body, and so your experiment here with pushing the feet away or drawing them towards each other has given you some idea of which of those two feels the strongest and most stable for your body. Keep the chair handy is what I would say. So perhaps on your, let's say on your left side, you've got the chair, and that's the foot we're going to step back first. So standing facing to the side of your chair, right hand on your right hip, let's lift the left knee up in front and then step the left foot a comfortable distance back behind you. The legs can be long and straight to begin with. We're going to open the chest, so we're going to feel that drawing of the shoulders behind the body, and then bend your front knee, which is your right leg. Here, decide which is stronger for you, which feels more stable, to draw the feet together or to push them slightly away. And it is subtle, it's not a really, really grippy movement. And then if you'd like to, you can raise your right arm up to open your chest, feel a little lift in the belly muscles. Breathe in here. And breathe out here. Come up onto the ball of your back foot. So up onto the toes, you're going to soften that knee so it's a little bit bendy, and then press off the back foot to step the both feet together and release your right hand down to your right side. Take a moment to wiggle If you need it, I'm going to swap my chair to the opposite side. Your chair doesn't have to be on the opposite side. You don't have to use the chair at all, remember. Okay, so here we're going to take our left hand onto our left hip. We're going to raise the right foot up in front of us, step the right foot back a comfortable distance so our legs are straightish to begin with. Roll the shoulder blades behind the body to open the chest, and then bend the front knee. Feel what is stronger, pressing the feet slightly away or drawing them slightly towards each other. It might be different on this side than the other side. Firm belly, firm buttocks. Breathe in as you raise your left arm up. Breathing out as you hold. Very good. And then to come out of this, we're going to come up onto the ball of the back foot so we can soften the knee and we can become a little bit bouncy, a little bit pliable. Press off the back foot, step the feet towards each other or step the feet to the front and release the left hand down. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle, shaking out anything that needs shaking out. I need to shake out my hips for some reason. Maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your wrists. And then you'll be very pleased to know that we are coming to sitting down on our seats, because it is indeed chair yoga and not yoga done with a chair in the vicinity of the movement, which it seems to have been today. So grab a blanket if you need a blanket. I'm just going to pop my top back on again. It's good to be warm for relaxation. So whilst we have moved around a little bit, we're about to relax ourselves. So we want to feel as warm as we can so that we're not disturbed by the cold, the sense of cold. So when you come to sitting on your chair, perhaps with your blanket wrapped over you, around you, under you, who knows? But so you're nice and comfy, relax your weight into the back of your seat. And remember that you can always recline on a sofa or on a bed or lie down on the floor if you're comfortable doing that. Rest your hands wherever they're comfortable, turned up or down, it doesn't matter, it's whatever works for you. Take a moment to center the weight of your head over your body. So it's not in front of the body, center it over the body. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. Make any adjustments you need to feel like you're bringing your body into its most comfortable position. And then bring your body to stillness. Take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth as you exhale. Let's repeat 3 more times. A deep breath in. Let your muscles begin to relax. Deep breath in. Let the effort of your practice go. Deep breath in. Surrender down into the floor and the chair. Allow your breath to find its natural rhythm and fall into a quietness. Take your awareness to your forehead and feel it soften and spread. Feel the area around your eyes relaxing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw releasing. Throughout this class, we have focused on resistance and surrender. See if you can take your awareness to the back of your body and allow every part of the back of the body that is in contact with something, surrender to it. the shoulder blades, the back against a chair, the buttocks and backs of the thighs on the seat of the chair, the soles of your feet on the floor. Move your awareness to the front of your body. Become aware of the space over you, around you. Feel the touch of air on your face. The movement of your clothes on your skin as you breathe. The weight and warmth of a blanket over you. Feel the sensation of surrender of the weight of the hands, the arms, the shoulders down into the legs. Move your awareness to your breathing and gently deepen your breath. Each breath in is a resistance. Each breath out, a surrender. Each breath in, a resistance. Each breath out, a surrender. Keeping your forehead soft, your eyes and tongue and jaw relaxed. Allow your body and mind to surrender a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet, moving your fingers, your toes. Perhaps rolling the ankles, rolling the wrists. When you feel ready, take a long, deep breath in, maybe yawn. Oh, feel the ripple of stretch through the arms, through the sides, through the neck, through the legs. Oh. Make any movements that feel good to you. And then bring one hand over your heart and the other hand on top. So today, remembering that the kindness and compassion we show automatically to others, we rarely show to ourselves. This week, speaking to yourself with kindness and compassion. Bringing your hands together at the center of your chest, opening your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope to see you again soon.